Cancer.
Hello Cancer, this is your astrological forecast for August of 2016. And so there in July, that was a personal month for you. You had your birthday, you had the new moon there, and you were expanding and experiencing a whole lot of emotions which really pertain to you on a personal level. But this month it's going to be all about focusing now on your income stream, what it's doing for you, what it may not be doing for you, but it's really a time to start crunching those numbers and looking out over your balances. In this, not only do we have the Sun and Venus here, but also the new moon, and this is where, the time and the area of where you want to place your intentions this month. The Sun and Venus and this new moon is in the sign of Leo, the sign of the heart, right? So we're feeling generous this month. And the new moon here will also spur off anything that might be opening up for you in new ways, maybe new income streams that you might be looking at or maybe getting some ideas about. Venus here has been cruising pretty much that of July 2 through the sign of Leo, so you might have felt that it's been a playful time where your emotions have been running high and also very, very dedicated to love. Venus will continue to stay here for the first week of August, but then it's going to be moving into Virgo. So for the last 3 weeks of August, it's more about thinking things through, all right? That's what Virgo does. And so in the matters of the heart, you might be analyzing a little bit or organizing, streamlining your emotions a little bit more, and communication is going to be that much more important for you. Since it's then in your third house is all about communication. And what are you going to communicate? Well, matters of the heart, Venetian principles, right? So Mercury is already there in that third house. So it is a communication month. Here in August, you're going to feel that things are really coming easily to you. You're expressing yourself that much more. And any new studies that you start this month could also prove to be very beneficial for you as well. Mercury, which rules our linear thinking and communication, is on your side to take up any kind of new studies. Jupiter is also here in Virgo, your third house, and it's kind of getting to the final stages of where it started its journey late last summer of 2015. So you want to enjoy it while it's here. Jupiter loves to travel, so you still have that, and Jupiter rules long-distance travel. So some of you might still have the itch to go out and explore and expand your visions, your fields, and communication with people in faraway places. This Jupiter now is 22 degrees, so we have another 8 degrees to go, and then Jupiter is going to be moving into your fourth house, which has to do with family, your roots, your foundation, and real estate, and that's where it's going to be focusing for the whole entire next coming year. But more on that later, and you will see how it's going to provide its magic to you in that area. Mars now direct. It's been picking up speed here of July, so it takes a little time to get out of its retrograde shadow. But here, once we're in August, it's starting off the month there at 29 degrees, so it's really wrapping up those final few things that it needed to do in the area of either love and romance or looking over the areas of your children, supporting them, paying more attention to them. Maybe they've needed you more. And Mars right now, well, when it moves into your sixth house, into the sign of Sagittarius again, you will come to see how this is really going to be broadening your vistas, okay? There will be new actions, new dimensions, new goals and ambitions put on that horizon, and you will start seeing that you're going to be lifting here as you're going to start shooting towards these goals. Saturn is already there. It has been retrograding now for several months, so you've been working really hard, Cancer, as far as wanting to reorganize your day-to-day life, and you might have felt that things have been moving a little slow, at least if you've been trying to get something up and going. Well, you might have felt that you've been held back a little bit or restricted in some way, and that is due to that retrograde. But the good news now, after 4 to 5 months, Saturn is moving forward. They're on August 13th, so you can start feeling that your daily life is going to start slowly but surely becoming more up and running. And for those of you Cancerians, since this is in the area of your health, some of you have done really well. Maybe you have been able to lose those extra pounds you've been working on by daily workouts. See, Saturn keeps our nose to the grindstone. It really keeps us focused and dedicated to those issues that are at hand, and it has been working on your health. So now, by now, should I say, you should be feeling and seeing the consequences of what it's been doing for you in the long term. Pluto is still retrograde in your 7th house for relationships or marriage or working closely one-on-one with your partner. So you've been picking up a lot of strength over these last few years, Cancer. You've been standing your ground that much more, knowing what you could put up with, what you didn't want to put up with. You might have also been able to see that your partner might have been shifting or changing in this period under the retrograde, so that is good too. It's ultimately going to bring a different type of balance into your relationship. We have a full lunar eclipse here at Cancer this month, and it's taking place August 18th. 25 degrees in Aquarius. For you, that's your 8th house. And the 8th house always has to do with monies or resources that you share with your partner. It could also be royalties, commissions, investments, and so forth. Anything having to do with brokers and so forth, even inheritances. So this lunar eclipse will be looking at a certain of these matters here and bringing something to a finality, all right? So eclipses will always eclipse something out of our life, and always for our higher good. So say you might finalize paying off a loan this month. Now, that's always a good thing, isn't it? Because these eclipses will take something away from us. We never want to fear it. We want to look at that as a good thing. It's just like solar eclipses brings in new energy for us. Lunar eclipses help us close the door to certain matters. For you, it's within the 8th house realm. Neptune in your 9th house, long transit there. It is retrograde, having to do with you exploring, seeking higher potential within spirituality. You figuring out why you're here and what your mission in life is all about. So I could see how so many of you have been working on this over time. Retrograde helps us also to integrate the past and where you've been in this matter. It's time to kind of allow things to download and be implemented. So retrograde Uranus in the 10th house. 10th house is your career. Uranus also always denotes change, right? And so you have been plowing through and opening up new doors. You've been expanding all these changes within your career. Right now, when it's retrograde, it's allowing you a little time back, or should I say down, to look at the changes and implement those too. So it's not really a time where there will be a lot of unexpected surprises, I feel. When it's retrograde, it's kind of sleeping there for a little bit. But as we start out the month here, on the 1st, we have some great news coming in, Cancer. This is matters of love, so the heart will speak in ways of unexpected opportunities, or it could also just be some insight or at least news coming your way, which holds a surprise. And I feel always when we have these beautiful aspects that it's good news, right? So allow yourself to be wowed. Also on the 1st, the Sun here with Saturn coming in a beautiful transit is wanting to ground whatever this good news is. So it's not just a fly-by-night type insight. It's more something that holds a certain level of longevity into it. And so I can see how you there towards the end of that first week, where communication is going to be important, and especially when it has to do in dealings with speaking to your partner, sharing these insights. It could have to do with your supervisor or your boss, feeling that, yes, there's a lot now that's going to take place as far as what it is you feel is your worth. Venus and Mars, they will square there on the 6th, and so that has to do with your values, what it is that's important to you, and how this can be integrated here in alliance with your significant other, or if you're single, it could be with somebody you're dating, or it could also be here in the area of children and money and resources and those kind of things too. But regardless, it is an important type energy taking place on the 6th and the 7th, and you want to be extremely clear in this communication, because on the 7th, Mercury and Neptune, they will be opposing each other, and Mercury communicates. It's how we talk, it's how we think, it's how things are picked up, it's how we hear things. And there could be something maybe that might be a little sensitive, maybe something wasn't really clear on the 6th, so the 7th will help you actually to adjust that, to focus on it. We have on the 10th, again, good news or a powerful communication. If you have a presentation you need to make, say you're out on an interview for a new job, your presentation will come across awesome, all right? You're going to make a good case. I feel there's transformative energy on this day. So whatever it is that you're sharing, it's going to be received in a way that can open up new doors for you. So the 10th is important for any kind of deeper communication. On the 13th and 14th, a little weariness or attention should be made here, just as Venus, which is not just love, but it is also money, the things that you value. Well, it's a little tricky on the 13th and 14th, as Venus will square up on Saturn and oppose Neptune. So here, if there's something truly, truly important to you, you want to make sure that it's heard in the right way, so be conscious as you are presenting it, that no misunderstandings can come in. If somebody is having a deeper talk with you, if you're not really sure what you're hearing, then have it verified, validate that this is in fact what you're hearing. That's just so that you can clear out any type of miscommunications here on this day. You might also even have talks about money, securities, and so forth, and this could be with somebody that represents an authority in the field. So say you're talking about maybe a raise within your job, maybe you're talking to somebody who's dealing with your investments. That could also be the indicator here of this day. 16th and 17th, Cancer, is great. I feel you're so empowered, you're radiant, you're really feeling extra good to maybe even start off a new chapter in your life. And it might come to you as an inspiration, like out of the blue, a thought that you would like to look more into. And if you do, you will come to see that whatever this is for you is going to be something that I feel you can have a lot of joy with. Both Uranus and Pluto here in great aspects to this Venus goes to show that passion can come to open up this door. It's a great day and two here for relationships, as I feel there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of intimacy that can come into the picture, which can really come to open up new areas for you. If you're starting off anything new, the 24th of August could be a great day to do so. This is Mars and Saturn, they're conjunct. Mars is all about initiating new things, putting a lot of energy behind it. Saturn's going to want to give that longevity to you for a new 2-year cycle that's opening up right now. So whatever you start right now, do know that you have the forces with you. And 26th, 27th, well, here we go. I'm sensing that you're looking at long-term plans, all right? And there's a lot of intuition at hand here where you're really allowing yourself to be navigated by your higher self. Make sure though that you are conscious of sifting out those things that you don't want. This would be a time to actually verbalize it. And the 27th, here we go. What a beautiful way to end our month. Venus and Jupiter are conjuncted. When they meet on that same degree in our skies, well, we have love, we have romance. For those of you single, it can portray maybe a time to meet that new significant other. And for those of you in a relationship, well, it's all heartfelt. It is generous. This is a beautiful day for a wedding or an engagement, that kind of thing, or just coming together and sharing your spirits and your soul and your heart. So August, as you can see, will be a very fruitful month in so many ways, Cancer, and I wish you the best, and I'll see you there in September. So have a great time. Bye now.